to begin by reiterating the fact that we do have the FAFSA is online for next school year is open. Please go online and start to fill it out for the 2026-2027 school year. It's very important. As you know, as you'll keep hearing me reiterate the fact that there's a lot of scholarship opportunities that is available to you by participating and signing up for FAFSA. So you want to get it in. The sooner the better. Go ahead and get your status. Make sure as you listen to these schools and you are and you like what you hear, you put those schools on the FAFSA so that they can have your financial aid information as well, so that you will know what scholarship opportunities and grants and other financial aid opportunities you can get from those schools. So please go and fill that FAFSA out as soon as possible. If you have any questions, you have my contact information. Reach out to me. My phone number is available as well. We can schedule a time and we can talk as well, and we'll get you through the FAFSA information. Before we begin as well, I'd like to highlight deadlines coming up for scholarship opportunities that we have. The first one is due October 31st is the Voice of Democracy Scholarship. It's eligible to all grades 9 through 12. And just in the website and link is provided on the website for you to go and apply. But be mindful of the deadline. And that has a $35,000 scholarship award opportunity over 4 years. So please note that's not 35,000 per year. That's 35,000 total, but that will help considerably. In addition, next up we have due November 12th, we have the Elks MVS Scholarship, and that's eligible only for high school seniors to apply. And this scholarship gives you will give 20 students the total of $30,000 scholarships, and 480 students can receive $4,000 for scholarship funding. So all that information is loaded as well for you to go on the website and apply. And final, we do on December 1st, excuse me, we have the Ron Brown Foundation Scholarship. Like for you to go there and check that out. The opportunity for that scholarship is a 4-year, $40,000 scholarship. So that's $10,000 a year. And so you want to take advantage. If you have any problems, click on finding those links or clicking on it and getting through the process. If you need any help filling out the scholarship information, please contact me and we will work through that. We'll work through it for you and help you get set up in there. In addition, we'll have a link for the excuse me, the TMC for you to go, Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund, for you to go and fill out a profile on that. And that's applicable for 9th through 12th graders. So we want you all to go in and apply, sign your name, fill out the information. There's scholarship opportunities available for 9th through 12th grade, whatever interest you have, and you can go in and specify down to just your hobbies and activities and find scholarships that will be available to you through that. So please go in, fill out a profile, and that'll open the door for more scholarship opportunities. And lastly, you want to be able to make sure that I'll be bringing more scholarship information to you. Just want to make sure that you're taking advantage and being mindful of the deadlines. It's best not to wait and let you wait and get close to the deadlines for applying. You want to get your name in as soon as possible for those. So if you're interested in the Voice of Democracy Scholarship, understanding it has an October 31st deadline, you want to get in and apply today, as soon as possible, versus waiting 2 weekends from now when it's too late. So reach out to me if you have any questions about that. Okay, with that said, I'd like to introduce you all to Raphael Gibson. He's the senior counselor, admissions counselor for Clark Atlanta, and he's also the recruiter there. So I will turn it over to him. Hopefully, all of you have had the opportunity to go and do research on Clark Atlanta beforehand. Take a look at your interest versus what Clark Atlanta has to offer, and you'll be able to ask questions pertaining to your majors. Okay, I will turn it over to you, Raphael.
Hello. Uh, as you mentioned, I am the Senior Admissions Counselor and Recruiter at Clark Atlanta University. My name is Raphael Gibson, and I have a small presentation video I want you guys to see, and then we can go forward. We can- Get it bigger. The heart of Atlanta, there's a rhythm, a pulse, a story still unfolding. This city, rich in culture, shaped by history, and fueled by change, has always been more than just a backdrop. It's a birthplace of movements, a canvas for visionaries, a place where dreams don't wait, they act. And at the center of it all, I'm sorry, guys. I wanted it to be full screen. Well, never mind. Never mind. Trying to be extra. That's what I get. All right. Can you guys see me now?
Yes, we can see your slide.
Thank you so much. Right. And show. Okay. I am the admissions counselor and recruiter, Raphael Gibson at the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. Who are we? Clark Atlanta University, CAU, was formed in 1988. Before that, we were Atlanta University, opened in 1865, just 4 days after the Civil War had ended. 4 years later, we opened Atlanta University opened, or Clark College opened in 1869. These making the first two schools to award degrees to Blacks in the South. We were the first to award bachelor's degrees as well as master's and doctoral degrees to Blacks in the South. All right. And we are the nation's largest number of African American MBAs. Our academics, we include our schools and colleges of arts and science, our school of business administration, our school of education, our school of social work. We have 40 plus majors. Our class size average about 25 students per classroom. Faculty student ratio is about 16 to 1. And yes, we do have internships and studies abroad programs. Our students have been gone to Ghana, Spain, Portugal, and South America. This is a list of quite a few of our majors, from accounting, or our business and the arts, social work, and we also have a dual degree engineering program. Student life. We're a D2 school. We compete in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, or SEAC, with 10 athletic teams, which include both men and women's sports, 55 plus organizations, which include all 9 of the Divine Nine special interest clubs, as well as student government. We have our fitness center and intramural sports and 9 residence halls on campus. Admissions requirement for first-time freshmen. Our application opened on August 1st. Between August 1st and November 1st is considered our early action or early decision time frame. The average GPA of students that apply is a 3.71, but our required GPA is a 3.0. We are test optional. The average SAT score is a 1086, and the average ACT score of our applicants is a 21. Transfer students, students interested in transferring to Clark Atlanta University, our requirements are quite simple. We require, of course, the transcript for each college that you've attended. Uh, we required a 2.5 GPA and 12 minimum 12 credit hours, which must be shown on your transcripts. For our international students, of course, the application, all of your transcripts, your official scores, and our readmit applicants. We just need an application and make sure that you are clear of all holds on your account. For scholarships, all first year and transfer students are automatically considered for our merit scholarship. When submitting their application, priority is given to applications that are submitted by our early action, early decision deadline, November 1st. Additional scholarships are awarded based on the availability of our funds. How to apply? We are on, of course, the Clark Atlanta website, www.cau.edu. We are on the Common app, as well as the Common Black College app. Okay. The application fee is a $35 non-refundable fee. Our deadlines, of course, I mentioned August 1st to November 1st is the early action deadline. October 31st is the spring deadline. April 3rd is the final deadline. And June 5th is our transfer deadline. As you know, FAFSA has opened. It opened on October 1st. Please take advantage of completing your FAFSA application. We are here for you. This is the contact information. You can also follow us on our Instagram at Future CAU Panther or email us at admissions@cau.edu. And I am here for any questions.
One second, Raphael. One question that I have is, um, what type of internships and co-ops do you help with, as well as do you help with job placement after college?
Absolutely. So that internships would typically during college, typically your department chair would assist with students with finding internships, and our career service center will help students find job placement after graduation.
Okay, thank you. So do you help with all as far as the master's programs as well? You talked about the MBA. Do you have any other master's programs that stand out that students we would be able to attend to, as well
Absolutely,
as um
absolutely. So our business, of course, our MBA programs, our education, um, our social work program are all are probably the most standout master's programs that we offer on our campus.
For
what
an oh,
no
for
good.
on the master's programs, so say if I attended Clark as a undergrad, do I need to, how does the process look for going from undergrad to master's? Is there like a program where I can start my courses earlier, or how would that work?
With some majors, there are dual degree majors, um, like our social work program, our biochemistry program, just to name a few, right? Those you would begin sooner. Those two programs are 5-year programs. You'll graduate with both bachelor and master's degree. But then we also have other programs, and our graduate admissions team currently sits in the same office with the undergraduate admissions team, and they provide additional steps to usher students from undergrad into graduate.
For those for those in master's programs that you may not have, do you have are you tied to any feeder schools that with certain programs that a student can take that will give them an opportunity to have easier access in a feeder school that can help them with the master that they may be seeking?
Absolutely, absolutely. Things like our dual degree engineering program, which is also a 5-year program.
Hmm.
Students will do 3 years at Clark Atlanta University. The last 2 years would be at one of 10 other colleges. Those colleges may include Georgia Tech, Purdue, Auburn, just to name a few. However, when those students graduate, they do graduate with their bachelor's and master's degree.
Okay. As far as the undergraduate programs that you have, uh, is there anything as a high school student that I can take that will help me get? Do you have any programs that help high school students kind of bridge over to college life? A lot of these are seniors that are moving into the college life. Do you have kind of a program that helps them get adjusted that they can take or look at and apply to that will help them get
I
adjusted to
would
that?
I would recommend with high school students that are interested in dual enrollment courses to definitely speak with their high school counselors and make sure that those are the courses that would be transferable into different colleges, not only Clark Atlanta University, but make sure that those courses will transfer over. For an example, student takes history of Iowa. I won't need that at Clark Atlanta University, right? But if they're taking their general education classes on a college level, then those courses should be able to transfer over as long as the college is accredited.
That's great. So do you have so I think you mentioned scholarships earlier, but you have for out of state students that are looking for it for those, do you have out of state scholarships that can possibly cover full tuition?
Well, first we're a private school,
Okay,
not a public, so we don't do in-state or out-of-state tuition.
got you.
Um, Now with our scholarships, they do not cover full tuition. I jokingly tell students I can put something on it, but I can't cover the whole thing, right?
Right.
But those scholarships do, when we do award those to different students, we look at the entire application and transcript holistically. We look at the GPA, we look at, we try to see if it tells a story from ninth grade to 11th or 12th grade, whenever they submit those transcripts. And we try to gauge the need of scholarship based on how they present their application, how they present essay, how they present transcripts.
Do you have any programs or groups that outside of that will help out of state students get acclimated to life on campus and just being in kind of a social net from a social networking position that will help students kind of
Absolutely.
make friends and
Absolutely. What I love most about even working in this role, but just being on campus, is we have students from all walks, right? I have inner city students from Chicago and New York and Philadelphia, taking classes with students from the country of Texas and Arkansas to students from Seattle and all over the country and other countries as well. So we do have things on campus, as I mentioned, those 55 social clubs and organizations. Some of those are state clubs. We have a Cali club, we have a Seattle club, we have a DC club. Then we have other special interest clubs. We have a Royal Court, and it's really, the student finds themselves active. They'll find a tribe. We as a people, we're not monolithic. We don't come in one size shape all. But what I learned is that we're able to commingle with one another and exchange ideas, and it works out great on our campus.
all right. I agree. Well, given that, your experience, if you don't mind me diving a little bit into you, uh, did you attend an HBCU?
Yes.
And was it out of state? What was your experience?
So my I myself, I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. We're just north of Baltimore. My mother moved us to Atlanta when I was at the age of 9, 10 years old, and I grew up for the rest of my high teenage years in Atlanta. When I graduated high school, I went back to Baltimore. I attended the Morgan State University, where I graduated with my degree in mass communications. I've worked in radio. I've worked in radio in several different cities: Baltimore, Delaware, Atlanta, Chicago. So I've had an opportunity to see different cities and really embrace that. But what I love most is how proud I am of being an HBCU grad and being able to just tell young students about my experience. And when I go into cities that may not be as represented as well as Atlanta, they're still doing like first blacks and first dentists, first black dentists, first black doctors, and in some communities. I'm like I love to tell them about my experience on my campus as well as Clark Atlanta's campus and other HBCU campuses. If I can find a route for them, I'd love to.
That's great. So you feel that uh your experience, did you look at other when you were making a decision to go to an HBCU, did you think of other schools as well that were there any other schools that were in the running that made you uh or what made an HBCU stand out for you?
Yes, there were other schools in the running. Schools like Georgia Southern may have been in there, Georgia State, Clayton State. I just wanted to I wanted to be around students that look like me and learn from professors that look like me in an environment that hasn't always been kind to people that look like me, right? I understand the history of how HBCUs come into effect, but it has no limitations on what they can be. So, and I wanted to be a part of that part of it. I wanted that to be a part of my story and my biography.
Thank you for sharing that. I think that's important to note. Just the feeling of being in an environment where you are around other people that have the same similar goals as you and that look like you, and you know you can
Absolutely.
feel connected.
I think the best part of it is watching students go from their freshman year and into their senior year and just that growth over time, right?
All right.
When students show up on our campus, they're very much their environment and their background, right? But when they leave institutions like Clark Atlanta University, like other HBCUs, that growth from adolescence into an adulthood with more focus, more drive, and what can be. It's really amazing to see. I told someone I saw my freshman year. I knew I was at the right place. My freshman year when I was watching like other freshmen that may have been gang affiliated, but they were doing the electric slide together, and I was like, yeah, like love conquers all.
Yes. It brings the school together.
Absolutely.
Can you talk up, would you mind sharing the accessibility that students will be able to have with professors there?
Right. So in my presentation, I mentioned why I mentioned that the ratio from professor to students was 25 students per classroom. I that's what I enjoy. It makes professors more accessible to the students. They know your name. When they see you on the campus, they'll definitely stop you. Hey, Mr. Gibson, why weren't you in my class today? Right. And that's a familiarity that I love being a part of the campus.
Yeah, and I think that's important. I will say from my personal experience from being in an HBCU, making that transition of being able to stand out in a class of 200 versus a class of 25 to 30, it makes a
Absolutely.
difference, being able to get that teacher's time to help you
Right.
understand the uh the assignments or the lessons a little bit better.
Right. You go straight to the professor and not a teacher's assistant or trying to work around their office hours. You can actually, get to them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So are there any other questions before I ask my final question?
One question. As a high schooler going into college or going into Clark, if I don't know what major I want to be, um, what opportunities does Clark have for that in introducing new majors or helping me figure out my path? And by what time would I have to decide on a major?
Those are great questions. I actually just met a young lady in Seattle that asked me the same question. She told me, I really want to go to Clark Atlanta. I do not know what I want to major in. And I said, that's fair, especially because as an adult, I know careers are subject to change, right? I went from radio to recruitment, so I get that. I understand that. I know a lot of people that go into college and now they're all mostly educators. I understand it. They may go in there for business, they teach high school math or something. So I understand careers are subject to change. What I usually tell students, if they don't know, I usually try to get an idea of what they're looking for, and then tell them how that could work. Like for example, the young lady said, "I think I want to be a lawyer." So I told her, "Well, there's several different ways that will get you into law school, right? A degree in English can get you into law school, political science, sociology, communication. All of these are avenues that can get you into law school upon graduating. uh, Great thing about Clark Atlanta University is we have those programs. If you're interested in coming here, we can get you into law school, right? That's an example. Or you have the opportunity to be a general education majors, right? Um, that will at least allow you to knock out those prerequisite courses. And hopefully along the way, you'll be able to determine a major, by freshman year, by sophomore year, at least once all those general education classes are done with, right? So to answer the question, that's what I suggest, and would suggest to try to find it by the end of your sophomore year.
Did you have any other questions, Brooke?
No, I think that was it.
That was a great question, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, Raphael. Mr. Gibson, we would like to ask you one last question that I ask everyone, but for you, it's one sentence, real fast, if you could think of the top of your head. Why Clark Atlanta?
Clark Atlanta University, I would say simply just in the motto, find a way or make one. That is something that our students at Clark Atlanta University, we breathe from the moments they walk on our campus. Find a way or make one. We understand that doors will not always be open, but that doesn't stop you from completing our your goals or task at hand. Find a way. I tell my children that now when the dishes aren't done, we better find a way and make one. Right. That is a model that sticks to me through multiple situations in my life. And I hope that you hold on to it and you use it. Hope when you talk to other students about Clark Atlanta University, you let them know that the determination is summed up in the motto of the campus.
We definitely will. I really appreciate it. And I'd like to thank you for your time, for participating in this event for us. For those of you who are not able to participate, the video will be available by tomorrow, no later than tomorrow for your view. We'd like to thank you, Mr. Gibson. Again, can't thank you enough for giving your opportunity. I will put Mr. Gibson's information on. If you have any other additional questions about Clark Atlanta, you can reach out to him and contact him directly. And if you do apply, I would also encourage you to let him know, hey, I submitted my application to Clark Atlanta, and I'm thinking about going. And if you have any other questions or concerns about just life or life in Atlanta or just going moving out of state, or even if you're in state in Georgia and want to apply, if you have anything you want to ask, please reach out to him. We'd
Please,
love to have you back, Mr. Gibson, maybe later on in the school year, to reach out for if there's another for another session.
Absolutely, I love that. Also, when you email me, mention that you seen this video in your email. Mention that you saw me on the HBCU connection, and I'll definitely respond with all the kudos I can, and definitely review your application holistically. Please do.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mr. Gibson. Thanks everyone for participating. Next week we'll have another school. I'll give you a hint. It's not in Atlanta, it's not in Georgia, it's in Texas. So go look on the website, figure see what it is and do some research on it, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks everybody.